Hi, it's Leah, and today I'm going to show you how to create an interactive activity using a web page in Brisk or with Brisk. So I have Brisk as an extension in Chrome, and if you don't have it, you can go to the Chrome web store and get it. I pinned it to my bar, and if I didn't see it somewhere on my page, which here it is, and I can move it around, I would just click on it up here, and this icon would appear. So my students in world history are about to study the Protestant Reformation, and I want for them to read and analyze Martin Luther's 95 Theses. The problem is there are 95 of these, and the language is incredibly difficult, and I know that if I assign it to my students, they're not going to do much with it. So I want to give each student an individual tutor to guide them through this, and that is where Brisk comes in. So I'm going to click this. And I'm going to go to create. Note, I am on the free plan. So I'm going to go to create. And I'm going to scroll down to interactive activity boost. And I'm going to create from this web page. So I'm on the web page where I want my students to go. I'm going to create from it. And it's going to bring up the screen. So notice there's a drop down here, and there's a whole lot that I could do with this. I could even do a character chat with Martin Luther, which is really cool, and I might try that at some point. Actually, I definitely will. There's all types of little bots that you can use, and I'm going to stick with tutor. All right, and so I'm clicking on this tutor exploration, and I'm going to hit add, and then I'll go to standards. And for this, I want to not do advanced placement, so I'm just going to go down to Georgia because that's where I am. And I teach social studies, so let's go to that. Goodness, taking its time. All right, social studies. And I'm high school, and I am just going to click or look up Reformation. And if I do that, it should come up with the appropriate standard. So we have here for high school world history, analyze change and continuity in the Renaissance and Reformation, and specifically we're looking at analyze the impact of the Protestant Reformation. So let's do that and that. I'm selecting them both. I'm going to hit done. And it says create a guided learning activity that helps students explore and understand key concepts, scaffold the process by asking guided questions, modeling strategies, and prompting students to connect the concept to prior knowledge or real-world situations. Simple as that, and I'm going to hit continue. And then it's going to ask me to set my learning objectives. And if you take a look at this, it has pre-filled some objectives for me. And I can toggle off show to students or toggle it back on, and I would like for the students to see the learning objectives. It also has guardrails, which I think is really good. And these I'm going to stick with. It has scaffolding that I could use. All right. And it's pre-populated all of these. And I'm going to hit create activity. So I could preview this from here. This is the teacher preview, but I want to go ahead and get it ready to share to students. Note that I can share student activity link, and that's what I want to do. I want to interact with it with the student activity link. So I'm going to go to that. I just would drop that link into my LMS, which mine is Schoology. You can use Google Classroom, whatever, but the students can see what the 3 learning objectives are. So we've got them up here, all right? And it gives me directions. Hi there, let's get started. Review the resource, review the learning objectives. Let's go when you're ready. So the students could go ahead and read it. I'm gonna hit let's go. And I'm just gonna start interacting with this tutor. So what was one main issue Luther raised about the selling of indulgences in his thesis? And so I'm just going to chat with it. And let's just say, let's say I don't know. Will you tell me? And see what happens. So it's not going to give me the full answer, but because I am an overwhelmed student, it is going to direct me to where I could go. Look at theses like 21 and 27. What do they say about what happens when people buy indulgences? Can you explain why Luther might be, or what Luther might be criticizing about that? And so I would just interact with the tutor bot like this. And that's essentially how it works. And you can assign this to your students. So students would carry on like that, and then you definitely as a teacher are going to want feedback. So you would just go back to your Brisk extension, you would click on it, and you would select Give Feedback. And I'm going to select Batch Feedback. And it's just going to take me to Brisk. And so I could import student work, but I'm going to go to my library since this is a Brisk activity and it's still in progress. But I'll be able to access my student feedback right here. And guys, that is how you use Brisk for an interactive student activity with a web page. It's really great.